Here's another example that you may not have heard of. American Standard. This company was founded in 1875 as the American Sanitary Manufacturing Company. And for the last 140 years has been a fixture in American households as a maker of bathroom and household fixtures. And they actually played a very significant role in the development of indoor plumbing and healthy sanitation in North America. But by January of 2012, when Jay Gould joined the company as CEO, the company was literally in the toilet. In the most recent quarter, they had lost $20 million, and the controller came to Jay and said, "I'm not sure we have enough cash to make it through the year." So things were in dire straits financially. But Jay could tell that things were in dire straits with his team as well. He brought in a company known for employee engagement surveys, Dennison, and conducted a company-wide survey to ask how employees felt about the company. And they fell in the bottom quartile of all the companies Dennison had ever surveyed. And one of the things that came out of it, not only were employees dissatisfied, because frankly his predecessor had a reputation for restructuring 3 times a year and downsizing 2 times a year, so it was really a culture of fear. But honestly, they felt a lack of purpose. They could not really see how their work connected to anything more important in the world. And Jay set out to change that. And as he dug into it, he learned that over 2 billion people on planet Earth do not have access to clean water and healthy sanitation. And so they set out to do something about that. It was an area they had some expertise in. And so he sent his top engineers to Bangladesh, one of the world's most impoverished nations, to look at sanitation practices and processes. And what they found is that for a large portion of the population, all they have access to is what they call these open pit latrines, which is basically a hole in the ground with cement walls and a hole in the top. And the problem with this is that all kinds of diseases and insects and airborne pathogens are passed in and out of these latrines, causing over 1 million people to die each year from these preventable diseases. And so American Standard set out to do something about that. Rather than trying to change the way the culture was in that country, they said, how do we work within it? And what their engineers developed actually was a simple thing, this little plastic device that could be molded into the top of those open pit latrines and have a little flapper there. And by putting this in, it would prevent insects and airborne pathogens from passing in and out. And they found a way to manufacture this for just $1.50 an item. And right off the bat, they produced 500,000 of them at $1.50 a piece and donated them to Bangladesh immediately. And through the aid organization, started to get these installed across Bangladesh. But they didn't stop there. In addition, they decided that for every toilet that they sold, they would donate another one of these safe toilet devices to Bangladesh and encourage their employees and their customers to be a part of this as well. They called it Flush for Good. And in the first year, another 1 million of these devices were sold and distributed and donated in Bangladesh. Employee engagement rocketed. Fastest turnaround Dennison had ever seen. From 2012 to 2013, they went from the bottom quartile to the top quartile. In addition, customers supported them as well. Over 14% growth in 2014, 10% growth in 2013. And oh, by the way, all the shareholders got was a 7-fold increase in profit along the way. And in a very different way, American Standard put the best interest of customers and their community, demonstrated warmth towards someone other than themselves, and in return was rewarded very generously as a result.